Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Salvage after the catastrophe of a fire is always a controversial and emotional issue for a lot of folks on both sides of the issue. But I believe there is a way to find middle ground. When I came here in 1987, we had a catastrophic fire in southwest Oregon, mostly in my district, the Silver Fire. And it was in an area that was sensitive, unroaded in part, and had been the center of a long-standing environmental controversy over building a road into this roadless area. And Senator Hatfield and I sat down, and over about a month, were able to hammer out legislation to legislate salvage for the Silver Fire. We didn't build any additional roads. We did helicopter logging, which obviously brings in a little less revenue. But we didn't take out any green trees. We avoided some very steep-sloped and fragile areas. But we did realize both value for salvage, and in subsequent monitoring found that we didn't increase stream sedimentation or temperatures. Nothing unexpected happened because of the salvage we did, nothing detrimental. Salvage does provide economic benefit. It's much harder to make a case for any biological benefit. So I would hope, we know that the Senate is not going to waive all judicial review, and we know that the Senate is not going to waive the entire National Environmental Policy Act, nor would that be necessary, I think, nor desirable. I've worked with the Forest Service a lot, but to free them from any sort of public review, constraint, restraint, process, I think would be a mistake. So I would really hope that the delegation will sit down together and try and hammer something out, because you could provide a template for the country, just like after the catastrophic fires of 2002, we came together and hammered out HIFRA, which at the time was controversial with environmental groups, but now it has been used, and it has been found to be effective, and it has not caused ongoing controversy. So I believe there would be a way for folks to sit down. It will be, you're going to need maps, you're going to need a lot of assistance from the Forest Service, you're going to have to avoid sensitive areas, and it just can't be we're going to go in like the industry, because the industry has a different objective. They want to maximize revenues. It is not their job nor their duty to maximize other values on their lands post-fire for recovery efforts. So to say that the industry has shown us the way, I just don't think is correct, nor is it acceptable on public lands. There will be some areas where you can go in and salvage. There'll be others that should be avoided. So I would urge the delegation to both come up with a strategy that involves actual what happened on the ground and mapping, and also in terms of what we need along the lines of something like HIFRA to expedite salvage in these areas, something that could become a national template, and long-term would not be controversial if done properly. So I can't support this bill, and I'm not sure that it will provoke any more reaction or discussion from the Senate than would be just a request by all those concerned in the California delegation to sit down and hammer something out and direct staff and bring a proposal forward that is less controversial. With that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back the balance of my time.
The gentleman yields back his